On the 2nd of March this year, the streamer Amarant was robbed in her own house by armed robbers, injured, and managed to shoot one of them. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you how I did it. I'm just kidding, but I'm gonna tell you A, what happened, and B, how you can prevent that. Essentially, I'm gonna give you a little lesson in OPSEC, operational security, and how to manage the well-being of your creators before you turn off the video because you're a terrible human being and you never thought about that. Let me give you a quick heads up. This shit happens more than you think. If it's not armed robbers, it's stalkers, it's pissed off subscribers, etc. It can be a very dangerous business. The chance is super low. I'm just gonna tell you if this shit is not a question of if it will happen, but when. And you better be prepared for it, so stay tuned. Now, what even happened? Like I said, on March 2nd, the famous, one of the most successful OnlyFans creators ever and streamer Amarant was sleeping in her home when 3 armed robbers broke into the home, dragged her out of the bed, duct taped her to a chair at gunpoint, and demanded access to her crypto holdings on her phone. Now, when I first investigated this, I thought this was the best marketing stunt of all time. This was originally my YouTube video, like how to fake a robbery to get OnlyFans subscribers, but it turned out to be an actual thing. Now, in the process of getting robbed, according to the official police report, Amarant was able to shoot one of the intruders. First of all, respect, not gonna lie. I know many guys out there who wouldn't have the balls to just fucking put a bullet in one of the guys. That's just a side note. But after that, the intruders fled the scene and she was put into a hospital because she sustained serious injuries during the robbery. Now, I'm gonna joke around in this video a lot. I ain't gonna lie, this shit's funny, but this specific incident, I'm actually gonna say this is a horrible thing that it happened, right? I mean, you're talking about just a woman making money on the internet and people actively trying to do violence on her just to steal the money. That's a horrible act, and to be fair, I hope the intruders fucking die of that bullet, right? We're not gonna talk about that here. More importantly, how the fuck did that even happen? That shouldn't happen, and that's a fuck up on her agency's side. I don't care what anyone says. Like, there's no scenario in the world in which you are not prepared to do this, right? So we're gonna talk about how you prevent that, how you teach your creators OPSEC, right? Because I'm talking to a lot of agencies on a daily, and the amount of stalkers finding her home address, finding her IP address, right? The amount of people who just know her, show up to her house unannounced, people trying to talk to her, harass her on the street, or trying to steal shit, especially if she's famous, people know she has a lot of money. It's actually higher than you might anticipate. So the first step is to teach your creators a basic course on OPSEC, including, first of all, what to post on social media and what not. This, by the way, goes for agency owners as well. If you're a bald, successful OnlyFans agency owner, like myself maybe, that obviously shows that he's living in Warsaw, you might want to be prepared for OPSEC because A, you don't show where you go when you're there, right? Basic OPSEC. If you go to a restaurant, don't post a fucking story. You'd be amazed how many females do that. Every single female on the planet, the second they arrive at a place, do an Instagram story, show everything. That's how they kill Pop Smoke, by the way. You never show your location when you're still there. And when you're traveling a lot, you don't even show the country. Post stories when you left the place, left the country, left the city. This is a basic thing that you have to teach your creators because they're always gonna do that. Second of all, what you wanna do is take care of their house security. Okay, if you sign a creator with 500 followers, right? This shit is not the first step that you want to worry about. But the second you get to a couple of 100,000 subscribers, the second you go to being mainstream viral, being a very viral person, being commonly known amongst the male population, make sure their house is safe. I don't even know how 3 armed guys can turn up to, like, she's effectively a millionaire. How can they get in the fucking house, bro? This fucking amazes my mind. So make sure there are security systems, armed security cameras. This shit doesn't cost as much when you're at her level, right? And this is what I mean by a fuck up on her agency's side. When I'm working with creators who have millions of followers, this is one of the first things I ask. I'm like, listen, we're gonna pull some major viral trends, right? We're gonna pull some marketing stunts. So let me tell you, does your house have like top-notch security logs? Do you have cameras? Do you have security? Do you have emergency buttons? Maybe you even have weapons in the house if you trade to shoot them with American creators. Most of them are anyway. This is a thing because this shit is gonna happen. And even if it's not intruders, this brings us to our third point. What to do when there are stalkers, people finding out her home address. A lot of people message me about that. They're like, listen, there's this random stalker who just texted the model her home address. Now she's scared. What should I do? Listen, why don't you have these systems in place? In every city that you have creators that are relatively well known, you already should have the contacts of security firms, of security guys, maybe even the phone number of the police, like on quick dial, being like, listen, there's someone, please just protect the house. You should have this on speed dial, right? Because with the amount of money these creators bring in, this is one of the services you as an agency provide. Yeah, maybe you're in charge of handling the chatting and posting funny Instagram reels, females, but this is also your responsibility, because let's face it, females are absolutely incompetent when it comes to personal security. I'm not talking about her. I mean, this shit, okay, at some point it happens, right? But it's your job as a man to make sure they're protected, because as you've seen, this could have been a lot worse. And guess what? If this robbery would have turned out any other way and she would have been seriously injured or even end up fucking dead, the agency is gonna be the ones who have to answer for that. Why the fuck do you let a creator stream like fucking 8 hours a day, be so famous, and you didn't even have like security or some around the block to just protect her house? And this might seem a little paranoid, but I have the insights. My community on Telegram, let me tell you this. I have a free community, right? This is not going to be some shameless plug. I'm spitting facts here. My community on Telegram has 11,000 agency owners in there. 11,000, okay? And I get at least one message a day for the last 2 years of people messaging me this exact scenario with stalkers, people showing up there, people harassing her on the street when she's trying to get a coffee in the gym. You want to be prepared for these scenarios, because best case, you just lose a model because she doesn't trust you anymore. She'd be like, okay, fuck, yeah, mental breakdown, whatever. Worst case, you're responsible for your creator that you work with, that you have a good relationship with, getting hurt, getting harassed, getting scared. And you don't want to ever do that. So take care of these things. And last but not least, the last thing you want to do with your creators is flex money. Now, while that is a super bad idea if you want to actually sell PPVs, right? If you're out there on Instagram showing your crypto wallet with fucking like 10M in there, or like your Gucci bags, your Dubai trips, subscribers ain't gonna spend money. So even out of personal reasons, never flex money. Always, even if you have millions of followers, be this down to earth person. This is very important. And more importantly, you don't want to get fucking robbed. You don't want to get a target on your back, right? So tell your creators, listen, I know you got the Chanel bags. I know you drive a cool car. I know you want to flex on your friends because you're a female and that's what you guys just do, you know? Female friendship is essentially just out flexing each other. I know you want to do that. Do that in your private WhatsApp group. Don't go on fucking social media posting a Lambo, posting a LV bag, posting a Birkin or some shit, posting your Louis Vuitton shoes. You don't do that, because this is the first thing that people are gonna look at when they're seeing, today's a nice fucking Tuesday, who are we gonna rob? This chick lives in a fucking mansion with 10 different LV bags, probably like multiple $1 million in crypto. You know what, let's just take a shot. We have nothing to lose. And this is how you end up in these situations. So it's a fucked up thing to happen in the first place, but it's your responsibility as an agency owner to not let that happen. And here you'll see how. Now, with that being said, I don't want to make this video too paranoid, so I'm gonna end it with, like I already mentioned, join the free community in the bio, where you see all these things firsthand, where you get the actual tips, the actual contacts to security firms, etc. So this shit doesn't happen. With that being said, wish you a wonderful day. Talk to you soon. Bye bye.